Anthony Slater here with Darnell Mayberry inside the Thunder Integris Health Center. And bad news again today. This is, what the 80th time we've talked about bad news this season with Thunder injuries, basically.
Give or take a couple.
Yeah, a few. But this I would probably categorize as the worst. Sam Presti didn't officially rule Kevin Durant out for the season, but like he said, they are moving in that direction.
Yeah, he said the word that he would use was out indefinitely. That's the phrase he chose. He said if that's the rest of the regular season, if it's the playoffs, then that's just what it is. He just wants to make sure that they do the best thing for Kevin Durant and his foot and his long-term health, and I think that's what they're going to do.
So at this point, they're removing him from basketball activities. They say they have all these specialists from Charlotte, New York, different thing. I guess looking at images of his foot. I'm sure examining his foot. At this point, obviously he's clearly not going to be practicing with this team. Where do you see this process moving as this season wraps up?
Well, they're going to have to try to find a way to maintain that 8th seed without Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook is talented enough, as we've seen, to be able to carry this team, but they got to be able to win on the road to punch their playoff ticket. And if they can't, then this season might end sooner than anyone expected.
Sam Presti kind of started his press conference saying he was not going to speculate on things. They don't have the answers that they know at this time. But you can't help, from our perspective, wondering, long term with Kevin Durant, his career. Foot injuries are scary in the NBA. Mm-hmm. We talked about this when he first had the Jones fracture. Yep. And, there's no reason to not still be fearful of, his future moving forward in somewhat of a sad way.
Well, I think that's why they're basically shutting him down. They're not coming out just outright saying they're shutting him down, but saying he's out indefinitely for however long it takes. That's basically shutting him down. They want to make sure that this thing is fully healthy before he comes back. And if it takes until next October training camp, then so be it. I think that's the goal, to make sure that he is 100% healthy and he has no more complications with this thing before he ever returns to play another game for the Thunder.
How concerned are you?
I'm not concerned now because they're shutting him down.
Yeah.
If they tried to bring him back again and he continued to play with that soreness and clearly was on the court limping like we saw in his last few games, then it would be a concern. At this point, if this season is just a lost season, then so be it. That might not sound good to hear, but the fact that Kevin Durant will be healthy going forward, you would think, is the most important thing. You'd rather have a healthy Kevin Durant going forward in long term than not healthy Kevin Durant and just make the playoffs.
Yeah, this might have just been kind of the nightmare cap on a nightmare season in a lot of ways. But that'll do it for us. For the best undercover team anywhere, stay tuned to newsok.com.